Welcome to my YouTube friends who are live streaming in. It's nice to have you. So now we got Zoomers, we got Tubers, we got everybody. Relax, it's Mercifully Wednesday class. If you're watching recorded, it's April 3rd, 2024. Maybe you're watching this several centuries. This has been dug up in an archaeological dig, but it's April 3rd, 2024. We're relaxing on our back, wiggling our legs out a couple of times. I bet you've had a rich, full day. And man, we went so hard on Monday that we're going to relax and do some yin yoga Wednesday. Nice deep breath. Welcome if you haven't been here before. This is Yoga for Everybody with Greg and Looney, the yoga cat, and my local friends where I live around the Bay Area of California. On Wednesdays, we get together for an hour of yin and restorative yoga. Uncanny. Good. Whatever you kind of day you had so far, let it go, let it release, let it relax. Easy does it. Fall asleep if you want. I'll wake you up. And when you can, direct your breathing more deeply into your body. Up, here comes Looney Cat. My cat was sleeping. He just staggered in here and flopped on the floor and went back to sleep. Hey, I see some more friends streaming in. Happy Wednesday. Nice to have you on board. How are you getting in today? Are you on YouTube? Are you on Rumble? Are you on Twitch? Are you on Zoom? So many ways nowadays. Nobody gets their media from one source anymore. Those days are on the way out. It's probably a good thing. That way, one source can't control everything. Let your eyes roll back. Oh boy. I sure can use some good restorative, relaxing yoga tonight. I've had a long day. I bet you have too. Our yoga keeps us active, and so we need the yoga that soothes and restores us. We're about 5, 6 minutes in. We can be breathing from our belly now. Make a meditation out of the rise and the fall of your belly button.
Racism is a global.
Good, you're doing great. Feel your feels for a minute. Breathe what you feel what you breathe. Relax, easy does it. Everything's always working out for us. We have a glorious destiny out in front of us, even if it feels like not always the case. Trust. Okay, it's time for the biggest inhale you got. Really big inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Be a calm and empty soul. Stop thinking. When we stop thinking, it doesn't mean we're less alive. Oftentimes, it means we're more present than ever. Good. Biggest inhale you got. Big, big inhale. Keep our lungs healthy, happy, resilient. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Empty out. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Circulate super feel good through yourself. Rituals or shortcuts to good things. Arms up to the ceiling. Lace up your hands. Stretch your arms up over your head. Get a good stretch back over the top. Make yourself, I don't know, a foot longer. If you point your toes, you're even longer yet, even still. Smile. Good. Draw your knees in and goof around on your back. Roll around a little bit. Other way. Good. Let's roll up together, you guys. Welcome to all my YouTube friends and all the other media in which you can stream into the class, and a special welcome to my Zoom friends. Happy Wednesday. Look who made it to class tonight. He's sitting on top of a bunch of cat treats. Anyway, we weighed ourselves last night together. Together, the two of us weighed 220 pounds. I'm not going to tell you what the ratio of that was. That's personal information. But Looney is only a tenth of an ounce from being 14 pounds. So he's, I think he's going to be fully grown here in a couple months, but we're trying to get him as big as we can. Woo, he says. He just woke up from a very long nap. He can actually fall asleep here. And now he gets a cat treat for this abusive behavior from his dad. Let's chant Om together. Big inhale. Excellent. All right. We'll get our arms going. I've got a cat treat on top of my knee and he's so suspicious. He's just going to sit there and look at it. Up your back. Poof. I had 5 hours in college classes today and just got off the drums for an hour and I'm just about ready to keel over. Thank God I can do some yoga with my friends. Up your back. It's going to be a delightful 52 degrees tomorrow after being 74 yesterday. So bring your cashmere sweaters if you're golfing tomorrow. Up your back. 52 degrees and a nice chance of rain. Poof. Wow, good YouTube analytics. Great to see you all, people from all over the whole Earth. We're not in the galaxy yet, but the Earth. One more. Poof. Okay, I don't want to have this cat treat on me anymore. Drop your chin, take your head around 8 times. We're going to do a minimum of joint juice, then we're going right into restorative tonight. 3, 4. Sometimes I wonder if I'm overfeeding my cat, but they say you're in the growth phase for the first year and a half, and he's not a year and a half old. Not for 3 more months. 7, 8, other way. When it comes to Looney's weight, I tend to exaggerate on the high side for him and the low side for me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax your head down for 20 seconds. Do ujjayi breathing, that soft, smooth seashell sound at the back of your throat. Today was a bit of a comeback for me in my piano class. I did a pretty good solo. This was after literally breaking out in tears after Monday's class. It was after everybody left, but I did have a good cry, feeling sorry for myself. Today was better. Good, we'll bring our face back. I haven't seen Anne and Pollywog for a while. I'm going to have to text her and see what's going on with them. Beat the heels of your hands together. Cat purring, purr, purr, purr. Smush, smush, smush down here in your hippies. Get in there. Ugh. Good, forward, up, over, around, and down. You'll see when I go over the top, the cat shuttle t-shirt rises up and it sinks down. It blasts off and the cat pulls it down. Blast off. Pull down. 6, 7. This is good for grounding if you ever feel restless, irritable, or cranky. Good on 8. You might get stuck here, but straighten your arms, lean forward. Jam your heels of your hands into your hips. Drop your chin. Be unusually happy even though you're in this pose. Isn't that a lot of life, being happy no matter what's going on? Good. All right. And then maybe you're golfing tomorrow, so you want to practice palmar flexion of your wrist, named after Arnold Palmar. Hey, cat. I have to get another camera for my cat so that people can see him. Okay, push the back of your hands. Now that's a good idea. Just have cat cam up in the corner. Now I'm smushing my wrists into my hips. When this cat stretches out, he's at least 4 feet long, and I am not exaggerating. Good, now back up, over, forward, around, and down. 2, 3. If you're watching on YouTube, all my Zoom friends who are anonymous to you guys, but a lot of them have their pets show up. We got Helga's cat, we got Howie the dog, got a lot of famous animals in this class. 6. The cat t-shirt blasts off as the shoulders crest. Oh, Looney brought a branch in from a tree yesterday. Now he's batting it everywhere. Good job, you guys. Roly-poly guacamoles. Up. Keep doing your roly-polies. Here's the cat tree that he brought in. See that? See that? Good. Shake your hands out. Is this more of a cat channel now than a yoga channel? Everybody's like, yeah, that's okay. Shake your hands out. I've realized in my life that everything is a yoga. Your relationship with your cat, your music, your golf. Yoga means what you do to facilitate a conscious contact with what you love the most. Ups and downs. Doesn't that make sense? As difficult and as challenging as life is, to have the strongest relationship with what you regard as the highest. Do you want a cat treat? Here you go. Good. Cup your hands at your heart. Be grateful for what, for whom you love. A universe without love seems to be meaningless to me. What's the point? It can't just be survival. It just doesn't make any sense. Good job. One more neck thing. My neck is sore from class today. So, right fingers back left corner and tilt your head saucily to the right. Look saucy. Drop your chin. Relax your mouth. Relax your mouth so much. If you inadvertently drool, you're right on schedule. Boy, there's a lot of Zoom. Thank God my Zoom friends are here, but I could name 5 people they're going to get a lot of crap after class from me. So congratulations on being in class so you don't get bothered. Good, let this sensation build up. Don't forget to drop your chin. All right, tilt the thing back up unless it broke off. Left finger's back right corner. This is called tilting your noggin. Drop your chin. Sandbag on your right shoulder. Relax your mouth. Excellent. Bring the thing back up. Now, I was sitting in class today for 5 hours, so we're going to do anti-sitting. Let's make yoga fists because you can't always be bending. Yoga fists to firm your wrists. Fists back here and bottoms up, kids. Escalate your high knee. Lift up a little higher like you just won the lottery. You just did. You're alive in the universe for eternity. Imagine a bigger prize than that. Good, come on down. Imagine a bigger surprise than that. Switch the cross. What are you trying to say, Greg? I'm an eternal spiritual being? Yeah. Yoga fists, hands back here. It's easy to forget that, by the way. Lift up. This time you can lift up higher. Polly Porcupine's going to walk underneath your high knee. Lift up. Good. And come on down. Good. All right. Any cat treats left? There's one left. There you go. Okay, wag your knees out a little bit. We're going to do some Setu Bandhu Sarvankasana. We're going to do that wonderful on our back with our butt on a block sequence that's really good for everything. Okay, I could do this pose for an hour. The pose I don't like so much is squeezing my knees in together and pulling my heels into my bottom. Because frankly, my belly's in the way, but I'm down a couple of pounds after completely revamping my diet. Good. Now, if we were perfect people, our heels would be touching our butt and the head floats up, shoulders relax. Squeeze. What are you doing? You going to attack me? He found this little 3-inch part of a pine tree. Oh, he just gave it to me. He's a very good fetching cat. There you go. Okay, now for one of Helga's favorite poses, we grab our big toes out in front of us like this. Helga leads our pack, by the way. Then this is called riding the carriage in the 1880s. Do you believe in multiple lifetimes? I do. I can't imagine living just one and learning everything you need to learn. Good. Straighten out lefty, but bend righty. Straighten out righty, but bend lefty. I think you got it. Lefty. Und righty, und lefty, and bothy. Good, just close your eyes. Balance so perfectly you can't feel your body weight anymore. And the base of your spine in the back, obviously, where your tattoo is, that goes in. Good, bring it in for a landing. Set them down. Now, pull your heels as far in toward, do not knock my drink over. Okay. Pull your heels into your bottom. Widen your knees and come forward to where you come forward. Some people, this is their favorite pose. They can bring their face all the way down to the floor. For some people, it's their least favorite pose, so they just kind of mail it in and get distracted and look around. Lean down into it, drop your chin. You should feel kind of an anvil splitting, lava hot feeling scorching down the inseam of your legs. Inhale, look forward, elongate your spine. Exhale, deepen. A plus for Jennifer, B minus for Todd. Pretty good. You guys are doing good. Good. Now, come on up. Now, tonight we're not going to do the whole fold one leg under, the whole sequence, just one thing on each side that's going to set up our supported bridge pose. So all that means is fold your right shin under and plow your bottom up really high, way up, way up. Good, kids. Now come on down. Now extend your left leg out like this and fold over your left leg really slow. This is my least favorite pose. It's Helga's favorite. The really bendy gymnasts people, they like to come all the way down. For a lot of poses, I'm a really good example. For some poses, I'm more of a warning. This is the warning. So do it better than I can do it. Your right butt cheek's supposed to stay on the floor. Your left knee is supposed to be reasonably firm. The left toes pull in. And if you can only get to about here, that's okay. Back in the day, I used to get to about here, but now I can get to here. So I don't compare myself to other people. Where they are today, I compare myself to where I was yesterday. Good. Come on up. Now, as you might imagine, we'll flippity gibbet our right knee out to the side. We'll fold our left shin under, and then we're going to speed the plow. We're going to rocket our buns up. By the way, the Tuesday night live Pleasant Hill class, we had the biggest class ever last night. Super fun. If you can ever get up to Pleasant Hill on Tuesday night, even if you have to take a helicopter, lift up, little higher, and come on down. Good. And stretch your right leg out and fold over your right leg. This is Triang Mukhapada Paschimottanasana 2. I haven't said it for so long. Most of us lean way over to the right because we're all cattywampus. Perfect people, their buns are level. They come down from their belly button. They reach and grab their foot. Life is good. All that really matters in yoga is not the size of the pose, it's the quality of the feeling on the inside. To base the pose on its appearance is to be addicted to cosmetics. Good, my friends. Let's come up out of this. Now, before we go into the supported bridge pose with the block sequence, I think we should indulge ourselves with a heart ripping open chest opener. So this is the one, you guys know this if you don't have yoga blocks. How often do I have to say this? Mostly to my YouTube friends. If you don't go on YouTube and get blocks in a blanket, you're blowing it, because you can have your blocks by 7 p.m. tonight. Big block, medium block. If you're really flexible, you could have a medium block and a small block. But my class is for everybody. That's who I market to. And that's most of us. So heart block, head block. And watch how this works. Right on my bra strap. And then, oh God. All right. Now, while we're in this pose, I'm going to text my friend Anne and her grandson Pollywog and ask where they are. So relax in this pose for about a minute and a half, and it'll kind of rip your heart open. Now your legs can be extended out. You can cross your ankles. Your knees can be wide. Now, if you're a really bendy bear, you can take your arms back. Take your arms back over your head. That is just strong. Now, after I've been in this pose for a minute, I can turn my head block down to the same size as my heart block. I can grab my elbows, extend my arms back over my head, and then I am in for a pounding. This one needs to sink in a little bit. The spine behind our heart is the hardest part of our spine. Nature designed it that way to protect our chest. Sometimes I like to take my feet out in front and cross my ankles, and that kind of locks my thighs in place. And then my arms come up. I cross one wrist over the other one, turn my palms in. And if I extend this back, I am in, I like to call it Spanish Inquisition pose. It's pretty strong. Now, if you were like a teenager or a really flexible person, you could take the head block out altogether, and your head and your hips would be on the floor and your chest would be being impaled, but that's not for everybody, that's for somebody. Don't worry if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube and you feel like you're not the most flexible person. You've been waiting for a class that invites you in, allows you to do what you can do. Maybe this class is the answer to your prayers. Okay, can you do 30 more seconds with me? Good, now put the fingertips on the back of your head. Just lift your head, not your chest. We're still being impaled. Arms up. Cross your arms across your chest. Grab your shoulders. Rest your head back. Now, while you're doing this, take the biggest chest inhale that you can. And on exhale, you might get a spinal adjustment in your thoracic spine. Good. Lift up your head, take your arms up, switch the cross, grab your shoulders, rest your head back. Biggest inhale you got. Exhale, let it go. Good. Now we will put our fingertips on the back of our head. We'll lift our head up. We'll put our elbows down here on the floor. We'll pull our elbows back for support, and then we'll press up, straight up and out. Oh, yep, that one, we feel like $100 after that pose. Now, if you have a yoga strap, we want to have it available. If you don't have a yoga strap, don't trip, don't worry about it. I'm just going to add a little extra sequence to the thing that's upcoming. So I keep a yoga strap nearby at all times, even in my car. Now, here's what we're going to do. Maybe you've never done this. All my Zoom friends, we've been doing this for 20 years together. But we're going to end up lying on our back and putting our butt on the block. If you're wildly flexible and can really arch your spine a lot, you could do that, but that would be crazy for most of us. So I'm a one block kind of a guy because this sequence lasts for a while. So I lie on my back and you lie on your back. And then I guess I could try to get both of these underneath my hips. Let's see. One, not a problem. I'd have to stand way up on my tippy toes. I'd have to jam that underneath. Now, can I do it? Yeah. I'm not very happy. I wouldn't be able to do the whole sequence. I would probably strain myself too much. So instead, using my much larger than average brain, yoga makes you smarter. That's scientifically proven, by the way. I'm going to put one block sideways underneath my hips. That is a satisfying lift. I like that. It's nice and stable because I've got the big blocks on Amazon. And your butt's got to be stable because then the knees come in and then the legs go up like this. Now I call this little slice of heaven because now we can take 2 minutes of Viparita Karani. We've got this beautiful arch of our spine. The back of our neck is long and relaxed. Our chin is dropped. And we can now let gravity, most of the time we oppose gravity. Now you can agree with gravity. Relax. It's so good to do an inversion. This is an inversion, just like a headstand or a shoulder stand or a host of other ones, handstand. But for most of us, such poses are a little strong for us. At the end of this sequence, we're going to add the best pose ever, so don't leave early. Good, bend your knees, bring your feet back down to the floor for a moment. Make your feet hip distance apart, arms down by the side of your body. Now, here's a science question for you. How high can you lift your behind up off of the block? Lift your butt, Ooh, I can get my butt 2 inches up off the block. That's a good stretch for me. I'm 50 years old. Lift up. I've been 50 years old for a long time. Bring your hips down. Good. Now bring your knees in. Boy, I've told my weight and my age in this class so far. That's a lot of, don't tell anybody. Don't say it on the internet. Good. Now widen your legs as wide as you can. I have no secrets anymore. My age, my weight, it's just all, it's in the public domain. It's kind of nice to not have any secrets anymore. No hidden felonies, no guy I killed back in Jersey or anything. It's all cleaned up, mostly. I did used to cheat at golf, I will admit to that, but not anymore. Cheating at golf is the worst possible sin. Now, this pose is no fun for a lot of people, your legs being wishboned out to the side. Good. Squeeze your legs back in together, legs straight up, yay. That's some relief for the good cats. If you're a good cat, everything works out for you. If you're a bad cat, you better clean it up. Good. Now wrap your left thigh over your right thigh as strongly as you can. I call these sewing machine legs. Take your left ankle underneath your right ankle, because I can't, and then bring your right foot down to the floor. For a lot of us, dropping the right foot all the way down will be not so much fun. This is good for all around the circumference of your hippies. Breathe from your belly button. Don't turn your head when you're on your back in this kind of a pose. No turning your head. You just stare at your ceiling, and you probably live in a beautiful house with a 40-foot tall ceiling. So stare at your ceiling. Good. Now bring our knees back in. Yes. Uncross, legs straight up to the ceiling. Oh, this is a good sequence. I invented it. Good. Do the side splits again. And you'll notice you go out, your protractor is wider by at least 5 degrees. Good. Now this time when our legs squeeze together, we're going to wrap our right thigh over our left thigh. Clever movement, knees bend. Slink your right ankle underneath your left ankle unless you can't. And then let your left foot come down to the floor as slow as the lunar module did when it very first landed on the moon. Houston, the eagle has landed. Relax here. For most of us mortal beings that have really tight front of our hips, hip flexors, this will really unlock and unblock a lot of constricted energy and life inside of you. You'll be happier. Good. Now, kids, bring your knees in, uncross them. Now my knees are in toward my chest, kind of like a cannonball. And remember that strap we were talking about before? I'm going to lasso my right foot, and I'm going to bring my left foot down to the floor. And this is really a challenging pose. Just have your left foot flat and bring your right leg over. The contortionist, the right leg would come all the way down to the floor. I've never claimed to be a contortionist. But now we can yin this nice and slow. We can get a patient stretch of our, well, everything. And we can do some breath work too. The breath work consists of inhaling and bending the right knee, bringing it down as long as the left foot stays flat. This is inhale. Exhale, we straighten. And then we feel that deep, horrible, wonderful stretch. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten it out. Feel some conscious, deliberate suffering. 1, 2, 3. Good, just hold here. Let it sink in. If you want, you could straighten your left leg out all the way and try to get your, ooh. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. I need my teacher to step on my left foot for me. Don't judge yourself or be critical if you can't do the full splits, but do be honest with yourself. Make sure that you're feeling something. We can let ourselves off the hook a little bit, but not all the way. Good, now bring your left knee in, unlasso your right foot. Bring your right foot flat on the floor with your right knee bent. Lasso the left foot, sorry. Good, all right. And gently straighten out your left leg. We'll take an opening assessment of how we are in this pose. Okay, then we'll do that world famous breath work developed by a Russian physiologist. Inhale, bend the left knee, and yogis 10,000 years ago. Exhale, straighten your left leg. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, bend the left knee. 1, 2. Keep your right foot flat. 3. Good. Exhale, straighten. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to slide my right leg out. Probably regret it. This is kind of like doing the splits, isn't it? But you don't have the floor as leverage to rip you open. So it's a good way to explore your own range of motion. Good, now we'll bring both knees in again. Yes, we will. We can unstrap now. That was honest. Then we'll take our legs back up to the ceiling again. This is kind of like our jumping off point. Now, here's the best pose ever invented. We're going to call this Supta Paschimottanasana. We're going to keep our sacrum on the block, and we're just going to let our straight legs drift over our body. And like regular Paschimottanasana, the full forward fold, it would be great if my legs folded all the way over my body like a jackknife, but it ain't going to happen. But the fact that I've got my sacrum firmly ensconced on the block keeps me honest. It gives me excellent form. It makes me patient. Now, if we did this for 45 minutes, the tissue would just continuously open up. The legs would fold all the way down. Our face would be on our ankles. That's a karma. If you have the karma to do that and the karma to live that lifestyle, then that's you. If it's not you, just stay with me here for one more minute. I love the way this pose cultivates the fact that the hips are lifted and the lower back is up, the lumbar is engaged. It keeps the really good shape of your spine as though we stretch the glutes, the hamsters, the whole back of your legs. Good. Now legs back up. Now be very careful with the next thing. I'm just going to drift my legs down about a third of the way. If you find that this disrupts your lower back, discontinue this one. This is only if your lower back is feeling good and strong and your abdominal wall, you practice with it from time to time. This is then a really nice yin engagement of your core. If you came down, say 2/3, that would obviously be stronger. I'm not going to recommend going further than this because this is yoga for everybody. And with my rapidly growing yoga tribe around the world, I want to keep everybody healthy, safe, and strong. Good. Bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Good. Now spread your knees open like a gutted sturgeon, knees wide, feet together in foot prayer. And we'll just let our groins be opened up like a can of tuna. Relax your neck. Don't turn your head. If you're new to yoga, even these relatively simple movements, although they may not seem so simple, these will facilitate an overall bodily systemic healing inside of you. And then that'll go to work on any bugs in your psyche or your emotional body as well. You can run, but you just can't hide. Good. Now, feet flat on the floor, lift your booty buns up as high as you can. Up, up, up. Move the block out of the way. And bring thy buns down. Stretch out your legs as long as you can. Take your arms up over your head and stretch out really long. Make snow angels in the floor. Make happy noises. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, ah. Good. Boy, we're almost done. Sit up together. Okay. Now, the analytics say almost all the YouTube people, the thousands, are still watching. What's more important to me are my Zoom friends. I took roll. They're all still here. Left leg out. We're going to do that famous calm and peaceful sequence. Right ankle over your left knee. Fold your left shin under. Come up with a variation, or as I like to call it, a variation if you can't do it. Big hugs, no drugs, arms out. Widest wingspan, couple Sheryl Crows side to side. Good. Now, right arm under. Fold up your arms. I'm always at some phase of a migraine headache, so I'm going to go up and down with my elbows. Why resist anymore? I'm just in some phase of a migraine, so just learn to love it other way. Circle those elbows around, get any gunk out. Good. Now, finishing twist, chest, face, elbows all the way to the right as far as you can. Turn your face to the left as far as you can. Tilt your head to the left like a model. Drop your chin. Tilt your forearms to the right and kind of straighten your arms out just to rip your arms out of your sockets. Man, if you tilt your head to the left, that whole right back side of your neck is going to get a gigantic stretch. Perhaps curing your migraines once and for all. I always hold out hope. Good, kids. Now bring these back here. Grab the elbows up here. Bring them up here. Do this. Go like this. I've fired somewhere between 6 to 10 musical instructors for saying the phrase go like this rather than teaching me. They say go like this. And inside of my head, I say, you're fired. And I go find somebody who can actually teach. Side to side. Kind of a jerk student, I guess. Good. Now, what could a finishing twist be that's a little more than this? If you want, you don't have to, but slide your right knee on top of your left knee. If you're already all jammed up, as they say in New Jersey, stay there. Now just fold over your right knee. If your knees don't line up, then just make something up, get clever. Now the twist is inhale, long spine, left elbow outside your right knee, suck your guts in, and then put both of your elbows down here on the floor on your right side. And then notice your elbows won't come all the way down because Todd, this will help your golf game tomorrow. You'll hit it 20 yards further. Who's Todd? All the YouTube people say. It's none of your business. My Zoom friends are anonymous. Big inhale. Big outhale. Ooh, big happy stretch. Come out, you guys. You just know that that's good for you. Some things you just know. Extend your right leg out. Now take your left ankle out and put it over your right knee. Fold your right shin under. If this is horrible, just sit any way cross-legged. Good. And we'll do some scarecrows side to side. How far can you go without tilting over? That's always a good. How far can you go before you tilt? Like one of those old-fashioned pinball games. I can go pretty far. Okay, pull your paws back. Oof. Left arm under, whoosh. Fold them up, whip. Good, and then anti-migraine, big elbow circles. Really, I almost laugh now when I get a migraine. It's just like, okay, this is my karma. It could be way worse. Plus, I get to see cool Aztec patterns in my vision, really weird stuff that seems like an acid trip. Good. Ups and downs, lefts and rights, break it open. Good. Now turn chest, face, elbows all the way over to the left as far as you can. Turn your face to the right. Tilt your head to the right. Drop your chin. Now, one of the cures I've heard for migraine, one of the brand newest ones, is retire from the job that you hate, and then your migraines go away. So consider that. Drop your chin, tilt head to the right. We are calm Peaceful souls. Stop thinking. Good. Then bring these back to here, slide them up to here, and then don't fire me for saying this, but go like this. Good. Now, you could just take a little twist over here. That would be fine. I wouldn't judge you at all, but I'd be happier if you'd slide your left knee on top of your right. That's a yoga pose named after the cow. It's called cow face pose. Gomugasana. Good. You can just fold over your legs and rip your hiney open a little. This is good if you're a tight ass. Lean forward. I like this pose. This is a cool pose. Good. Now we inhale, lengthen out our spine. We kind of move over to the left. We take the right elbow way outside the knee. Good. And by the end of this year, when I weigh 25 pounds less, I'm going to bring both these elbows down to the floor. Drop your chin. Squeeze out painful patterns of perception. It's exactly 7 o'clock. My timing is, well, if you ask my drumming teacher, my timing is suspect. Inhale. Some of you already collapsed into Shavasana. I guess that's your prerogative. Inhale, come out of horrible twist. Fun twist. Jam your thumbs into the middle center bottom of your feet as hard as you can. This is going to cause full human enlightenment. So if you happen to go into Shavasana prematurely, sorry you missed this. Big inhale for an Om. I got to tell you, doing yoga with my friends is a brilliant form of ecstasy for me. So I invite you to relax on your back for 5 happy minutes. Avita Sane, my most beautiful anonymous friend from Germany, I love you. I'll see you next time. Mwah. Okay, now all you YouTubers, don't you leave early. You stay on your back for 5 minutes because I am connected to your home security cameras. I can tell whether you leave Shavasana or not. So just do the right thing, lay on your back, wiggle your legs out, and night night. I'll wake you up in 5 minutes. Good job, you guys. Stay nice and relaxed. Just start to come back really slow. Good. Feel back into your skin suit. Feel your body on the floor. Good. Little movements of fingers and toes circulate super extra feel good through yourself. Good. And feel free to curl onto your right side at your pace, nice and slow. Good. Then the kids will sit up with their eyes closed, per usual, to keep the creamy filling on the inside. Tempting though it might be to lay in that pose all night long and not do one more productive thing. But we're yogis, so we're diligent, persistent, hardworking, and intelligent. We'll bring hands into the cat shuttle t-shirt. Drop your chin. Feel unusually happy and grateful just for the miracle of being itself. Sometimes we miss the big miracle and search for little teeny ones. Standing on the back of a whale fishing for minnows. Good, and then having caught the biggest minnow of all time, all together we say, Namaste. If you ever wonder what I'm saying and if it makes sense, the answer is sometimes. Hey, YouTubers, it's great to see the analytics and how many people are watching. Thanks for sharing all around the world. It's so cool. Yoga is really necessary in this world right now. So like and if you're watching this and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, really? Are you really going to do that? Why don't you just get over it and like, subscribe right now?